Let's make a huge round of applause and welcome Mr. John Singleton to the stage.
Thank you, Fred. You look like me, cap out the side. Yo.
Yo.
I want to first of all thank you all for spending your Saturday afternoon watching this film. It's interesting because I was 24 years old when I made this movie. I made Boys in the Hood, and I still think I didn't know shit about making movies even after making Boys in the Hood, if you want to be honest. Irony, people laugh when I say that. Because I was still trying to make my way as a filmmaker, and like Spike, who was still like my mentor at the time, I could look up to Spike. He was telling me to watch out because you get a lot of press, a big thing on the first movie, and everybody loves you, and then they're waiting in the line and wait for you the second film to just attack you and stuff. So I knew that going into my second film that was going to happen. So I felt like I had to find a way to like do something that was movie stars, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know no movie stars, and I'm new, so I'm gonna make my own movie stars, just like I did with Boys. And we'll have a discussion afterwards, and I'll tell you some stories. But I went to junior high school with Janet Jackson. We only knew each other peripherally. When I chose to, I went with my friend, my best friend. He was the model for Doughboy in the first movie, Boys in the Hood. His name is Fatback. He's from 107 Hoop Crip. He got me to go to school in the Valley at 8th grade because I was getting into fights going to school in Inglewood. So when I went to school in the Valley with him, Janet was going to public school at the time. And so, she was Janet Jackson, royalty, Jackson royalty. And we didn't really have a lot of conversations, but when it came around to, after I did Boys in the Hood, I was wandering around the Sony lot, and Steven Spielberg was making a movie called Hook. And there was one day, I shit you not, it's a true story. One day, everybody was going to basically visit the sets on Hook. You know the Peter Pan movie that Spielberg made? Because they had these huge recreated pirate ships, and he was directing Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman in it. And so all these different people from around town were going there. So one day, George Lucas shows up. And I was like, George Lucas, right? And I get to meet Lucas, right? And first of all, I get to meet Steven Spielberg. Remind you, at the time, only people I've ever been nervous to meet in my life are one, Richard Pryor, which I'll tell that story after the movie. We met each other actually in passing in New York at this place called Big City Diner, and through Queen Latifah and my man what's the name? Shakim introduced me because he was hanging out with Trash and Naughty and all that stuff, and it's cool. So then I saw him at Beverly Center, and I said, okay, I know you, homie. And then somebody invited me to a screening of Juice. So I saw Juice, and I was like, damn, he's nice, right? But I didn't think anything of it. I'm still prepping to this movie.
Right.
Now, what a lot of people don't know, Ice Cube was supposed to play that role. But Ice Cube, because Ice Cube's my dude, right?
Yep.
He's gonna go from Boys in the Hood. Ice Cube was like, man, I don't want to do a romance, man. I said, but girls like you, man. They think you kind of got something, right? He said, man, I ain't doing that, because he was so into his image, I said, okay, that's cool, whatever, right? And so I said, damn, I gotta find somebody that could be, like real with Janet Jackson, because I knew I couldn't put no soft motherfucking nigga Janet Jackson. You try to like make it my whole thing was like, I want a street romance, because dudes, dudes in the streets fall in love too. I didn't want to just do, I didn't want to do like a traditional romance.
Right.
And I wanted to have, when you have a whole lot of tension around you in your life, sometimes you really want to just let that tension release. That was the whole thing about getting out of LA and going and making a road trip movie. I knew I couldn't just do it in LA, because it kind of would have been like redoing Boys again.
Right.
Exactly. There was different ways I could have done it. I could have made it just all in LA and whatever, and then it would have been Baby Boy 10 years earlier. Which is a whole other story.
That's a whole other story.
So I just felt I want to get these characters and these people out of LA and let them. Well, so anyway, so Cube didn't want to do it, and I saw Juice. Pac was phenomenal in that movie. He was like shining, you know, and he was 19 when he did Juice.
Yeah, he was.
He was turning 20 when he did this movie. So he's 20, Janet's 27, like, and I like said, you know, called him up. I said, hey man, you know, you want to do a movie? He said, yeah. I said, you want to star next to Janet Jackson in the movie? He said, hell yeah.
I know that's right.
So we got together, and I said, you got the screen test. And I said, man, I got this. And so they did the screen test, the whole Punani scene, and some of the stuff that we were coming up with. We were screen testing and everything. We just rewrote it and everything. And it's cool because Pac was really took acting seriously. His whole thing. And I'm probably the only crazy fool in the world to tell him, man, fuck all that rapping shit, man. You just act, man, just act. But for me, when he was first rapping, he wasn't all that. You know, like, you all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not shitting on him, man, because I'm supposed to boy. But you just all right, but, you know, but acting, you're like, you could be like Robert De Niro, Black Robert De Niro. So, man, he's like, no, man, fuck that, fuck you, you know. Music is my shit. Music is my heart. And he was right, because you look at the stuff he did from Tupacalypse Now all the way to the end, he got better and better and better. But what's the tragedy is his life got more dysfunctional. As his life got more dysfunctional and there's swirling around him and the fame and stuff, that fueled what he had to bring to hip hop. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is probably
because he wanted to get in the riots, just basically like almost going to blows. Like, nigga, don't go down there. Like, I gotta go see this shit. And so it's funny, he went down anyway. He was going up and down Wilshire Boulevard, shooting guns inside a car, at cars and shit, right? I put that in a movie that I was gonna do, but
but it didn't happen.
You know, but he was just a kid, man. He was just a kid who had made it, and he had a lot of plans, man. And he was a soulful dude, man. He was a real soulful, very well read. Like, we go on trips. We went down to Freaknik to promote this movie. Tupac at Freaknik. Y'all ain't knowing, man. Woo! Woo! I put that in the movie too. Left Eye, him and Left Eye going at it. You know, like that's all that Freaknik. Freaknik while Poetic Justice was going on. You know what Freaknik is.
Yeah.
Imagine me and Tupac and some of our associate friends going down Peachtree. Thousands of black people. And mind you, he had been playing on the flight and then down, you know, come from the airport into Atlanta. He playing Biggie's part in bullshit. This is my boy. And then when we get up and we start partying and shit, you know, people are like, Tupac. And he's like, play my shit to the people shit. So that's the first time they ever played, because the second album had just come out, Keep Your Head Up, and Round and Round. So they're playing it. Thousands of people are dancing on Peachtree
in Atlanta,
and girls, strippers from Magic City are like dancing on the cars.
They turned up all day long.
We turned it up, man. It was like it was a time.
Yeah.